Berlin, above the Savaniplatz train station in Berlin looms a massive mural, 4 stories high and a city block wide, heralding the arrival of the NFL in Germany's capital. In the graffiti-ringed mural, Bjorn Werner, a former Colts defensive end and a Berlin native, looks like he's taking a line to bring down Godzilla. But it's the mural's other figure, a massive, hairy beast with the head and claws of a bear and the brawny arms and legs of a dual-threat quarterback, is the centerpiece not just of the mural but of the NFL's entire international effort. The bear is the symbol of Berlin itself, and this particular bear man sports a helmet with the NFL's shield on its side. In a city where art and architecture carry deep symbolic weight, the message is clear and unmistakable: the NFL is lining up alongside Berlin, and woe to those soccer squads and exotic race car drivers who stand in their way. Every NFL International Series game is now a mini Super Bowl, a multi-day extravaganza celebrating and promoting American football. If you want to look at the future of the NFL outside the United States, don't look on the field, look on the streets here in Berlin, where there's shield branding and merch-laden shops and kids running go routes in front of the Brandenburg Gate, a bring-the-house blitz of activation to make this game not just a game, but a happening. Replicating a Super Bowl-inspired week of programming, city takeovers, halftime performances and a robust game day experience is very intentional, NFL SVP John Barker, global head of major events and international games, told Yahoo Sports in an email. We want to make these games special for our international fans and for our fans traveling over from the US. The NFL is exporting a whole lot more than just football, and its aims are much larger than just bringing first downs and field goals to the worldwide masses. NFL vs. F1. The NFL long ago demolished competition from any stateside rival leagues like the NBA and Major League Baseball. Now, the NFL has its eyes on becoming a major international player, exporting the game in the manner of Premier League soccer and Formula One. Will the Chiefs' Arrowhead or the Eagles' Wing one day possess the international awareness and fandom of, say, the Arsenal Cannon or the Ferrari Prancing Horse? That's yet to be determined, but the NFL is going all in with its aims of exporting the game. Previous NFL international attempts have struggled due to unstable foreign markets, inconsistent league efforts and player pushback. The NFL's most widespread and longest-lasting attempt, the World League of American Football, lasted roughly 16 years and went through multiple name changes, including NFL Europe, before folding in 2007. Kurt Warner, Adam Vinatieri and Jake Delhomme all played in NFL Europe at one point in their careers. Since then, the league has focused on playing games in international markets ranging from Europe to Mexico to South America, with Australia on the docket for 2026. The league had previously capped the number of potential international games at 4, but starting in 2024, the league upped that number to as many as 8. This year, the NFL will play 6 games internationally, its highest number to date. Locales in 2025 have ranged from Dublin to Sao Paulo to London to the season's final 2 international games, this weekend in Berlin and next weekend in Madrid. Trivia: you probably already know the team that's played the most international games, the Jaguars, 14 times including this season, but which team has played the fewest? That would be America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, who have played just once outside of the United States. Washington also has only played once overseas, but is scheduled for next week. In Madrid, this weekend's Colts vs. Falcons game in Berlin, the first regular season NFL game ever in the nation's capital, is of particular significance to the NFL. Germany has a rich history of American football, NFL Germany CEO Alex Steinforth told Yahoo Sports. It dates back to the post-Second World War and American troops bringing over the game. It was one of the first markets outside of North America that ever established a local league. The German Football League is live since the 70s. Since then, Germany has long been one of the NFL's most reliable and durable markets, with more than 20 million self-described NFL fans in a nation of 82 million, the largest fanbase in Europe. By the time NFL Europe ceased operations, the league featured 5 teams in Germany and 1 in the Netherlands. You have to be super passionate to get up in the middle of the night to follow your team, says Steinforth of German fans. It's an interesting merger of German fan culture. It brings together the best of both worlds. You have fans that have only recently joined the sport, you have fans who started watching the 70s or 80s when they went to the US for a high school year, and then you have lots of people who joined us during the NFL Europe days. On average, we can say the age of a football fan is significantly younger than in the US. It's a sport that's very popular, especially among the younger demos, 15 to 39. Berlin itself hosted a number of preseason games in the early 1990s in the immediate aftermath of the fall of the Berlin Wall. The league has enough history in the city that, for a 1990 Rams-Chiefs preseason game, the city was still known as West Berlin. Germany as a whole has hosted 5 games since the 2022 season, 2 in Frankfurt and 2 in Munich in addition to Sunday's game. A majority of people still identify themselves as fans of the league rather than fans of a team, Steinforth says. So you can get into this market as a team and really grow new fans. That is much more difficult in a more established market like the US, where fandom gets passed on from one generation to another. The NFL's worldwide party. The league is now deeply committed to spreading the NFL gospel to its host nations. For instance, this week in Berlin, the NFL has held flag football clinics and a Special Olympics flag football tournament. The Colts and the NFL contributed to the creation of a new elementary school playground. Both teams have dedicated pubs focusing on their new fans, complete with team-relevant experiences. The Falcons pub features Atlanta-style lemon pepper wet chicken wings and mac and cheese. How that tastes filtered through German sensibilities is anyone's guess. Massive fan zones and NFL shops dominate the city's center, and the league created an enormous flag football field right in front of Berlin's iconic Brandenburg Gate. The mural and the Brandenburg Gate field are the most obvious of the league's branding efforts all around Berlin, but you don't have to look far to see the league's influence. Huge posters of Jonathan Taylor and Michael Penix Jr. are visible on kiosks. NFL Shield stickers, helpfully pre-printed with graffiti to add that extra touch of Berlin authenticity, cover streetlight poles, newspaper bins and post office boxes. Watching kids around the world playing flag football, or hearing from US fans who travel abroad and are genuinely surprised by how passionately fans in places like Brazil, Germany and the UK understand and love the game, Barker says, those are reminders that football really does have a global heartbeat. An international series game is not merely a football game, in other words. This is an entire experience, a road show designed to promote the NFL as game, sport, brand, lifestyle and state of mind. Sunday's game is the culmination of the week, yes, but it's only one element of the overall journey, one the league hopes will continue long after the Colts and Falcons leave town. This is generational work, Barker says. I don't expect to see the full impact in my lifetime, maybe my kids will, or their kids. In many ways, it reminds me of the early days of the NFL, when a small group of visionaries came together in Canton, Ohio, with a shared love for the game. I'm sure they couldn't have imagined what it would one day become.